Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending where you are in the world. Welcome to Track 1 here at the Mount Warren Leisure Centre in Logan City near Brisbane in Australia. Australia, who are hosting the JRDA World Cup 2025. This is the Open Division, and we are about to have the first game of the, well, I guess it's the kind of like quarterfinals. The winners of this will go into the semi-finals, and it is going to be Australia versus Canada. Playing for Team Australia, we have 00 Cicada, 09 Morris Minor, 205 Honey, 24 Guns N' Rollers, 30 Rainbow, 387 Amazon, 43 Sea Salt, 198 Rat Guru, 22 Sonic Dash, 299 Lightspeed, 359 Firefly, captain for the game, 42 Cruiser, 452 Flame Thrower, 82 Bruiser Bon, and 99 Cherry Bomb. The other skaters marked with an X are not selected for this game.
Team Australia heading out onto the track now. I'm Sweet Fanny Adams.
And I'm Tom Bowler.
You might like to know who you're listening to, guys. But that was the crowd is starting to ramp up, so let's see if I can get Team Canada's roster. 007 Tuppy, 14 Kitty Catapult, 506 Vicious Vi, 60 Fireball. Oh, hang on, no, not Vicious, apologies. Fireball will not be playing. 666 Speed Demon, 6707 What the Beck, 83 Hurricane Lane, 083 She-Hulk, 1430 Red Streaks, 180 April Sours, 314 I'll Hurt Einstein, 44 Hawabunga, 61 Shredder, 681 Executioner, 77 Mad Max, and 909 Mosquerade. Finally got Mo's name right. All right, so lining up for Jam 1. I can see, is that Rat Bag for Team Australia? Rat. Excuse me as we sort out our paperwork. At Rat Guru jamming for Australia against Kitty Catapult for Canada. And this is going to be a loud crowd as we are coming into the home stretch of this tournament.
Yeah, and it is the home nation who are playing, and they are through first, but not lead. No pass, no penalty for Rat Guru.
It is not the situation they want, but the Australian blockers doing a great job containing Kitty Catapult. So Rat Guru through for a scoring pass. Canada yet to make their initial. Rat Guru taking the helmet cover off in case a pass was needed, but they are now out on their initial.
So this will be a full 2-minute jam as Australia will not assist lead, and Kitty Cat removed the, well, I say star, but they are wearing a maple leaf.
Maple leaf. I'm loving the fact they get to personalise, but the helmet cover was removed, so lead jammer status was never an option after that moment.
So both teams scoring, Australia on 12, Canada on 4, both on their next scoring pass.
Oh, amazing formations happening there. Canada doing such a good job. I think there was only 2 Canadian blockers managing top formation. Now, unfortunately, Kitty Catapult not having any luck getting past this beautiful green defence.
Yeah, great work from the Australian defence there. Even you said there was 2 blockers for Canada holding back the Australian jump. The other 2 were trying to deliver offence for Kitty Catapult and just weren't getting anything successful.
And we've had both jammers held up at this point. They have now, neither jammer has cleared the pack for quite some time on this initial jam. Kitty Catapult fighting, hanging in their Firefly, giving some excellent one-on-one at the back. There.
And it's Howabunga and Vicious Vi who've been holding back Rat Guru, who's now managed to get through the 2 of them.
For another scoring pass. Kitty Catapult. Second scoring pass for them. 2 minutes, I swear. It does not feel like 2 minutes when there is this much action going on. The time flies by. All right, heading out to jam for Canada, Mosquerade.
Sonic Dash for Australia.
Early penalties to Australia at this point. They've got 1 in the Spank Alley penalty box. So very slight pack advantage to Canada.
And Canada have one as well. I think they're sat down and it's harder for us to see. Yeah, there is a Canadian
There
blocker.
is. Oh, a holders, no pack advantage to anyone. Oh, nice little jump there.
There is an advantage now to Canada, who have a lead at jammer status with Masquerade.
And quite a distinct lead there on Sonic Dash. But Sonic Dash, look at the speed with which they're re-entering the pack for a scoring pass.
Entering and leaving the pack very quickly, no contact.
Hot on Mo's heels. Mo's realised that Sonic is there.
There was a glint in Mo's eyes, thinking about doing some jammer action.
It's always risky. Oh, fantastic hit out and yield back there, light speed. But Sonic Dash also being taken out at front of the pack by Canada, yielding them back. Hit out, yield back, hit out, yield back. Mo is back behind the pack again, so light speed. Doing, some good work there, coming slightly afoul of the track, as will happen. Looks like they're being supported by Morris Minor. And number 43, Sea Salt.
And we have a power jam for Canada. There has been I forget what that signal is. That's the illegal contact signal.
Thank you, Tom.
Power jam.
So, and a power jam start, so Canada, I think, seizing the opportunity to have a power start. Early points. It's as nice and tight. Australia's on 22 to Canada's 16. This is a very tight start.
Yeah, red streaks with a power jam start for Canada as Sonic Dash is sat in the Spank Alley penalty box. Canadians letting red streaks make contact first before going to deliver some offense. But red streaks gets round the outside, picks up lead jammer for Canada.
Canada doing really well timed offense there to help break apart and distract the Australian defence.
Now have just two Canadian blockers to deliver that offense
against four very focused Australians. We have a forearms penalty is assigned to red streak, so now it is Australia's turn. Beautiful hit out there. Howabunga, some nice footwork to cleanly yield poor Sonic Dash back. But look at that footwork, jumping around the outside, managing to stay in bounds against some nice little taps. Oh, and Australia eating the track up for their jammer. Thank you so much. That is your pack. Jammer's best friend. The blockers helping them out, shortening the distance they have to skate. But then a strong Canadian defence.
Speed being on their own, but now being rejoined as Howabunga comes out of the Spank Alley penalty box.
And it was a cut track.
Sonic Dash picking up a cut, so a power jam for Canada.
Just missed the toughie, had skipped back past them. This is already a really exciting game. Canada, I love that. If you take a hit on just the right part of your back at the right time, staying focused, can turn it to your advantage. That became a nice bit of a power boost there for red streak. Through again.
Oh, but a cut track. Red streak, so we're going to have a jammer hit through.
We're getting, this feels like a lot of penalties fairly early on in the game.
Yeah, there's been a lot of penalties, and to jammers as well.
It's not surprising, this level of competition, championships, these are all champion skaters, they know they have half a... Oh, are we playing a full game?
We are playing a full game. This is
I fell on autopilot. So yeah, the pressure on these players at this point, as I say, semi-finals, the focus, the drive, it is not uncommon to see.
What a straight pex jump there.
That is uncommon.
That was a
straight jump, an outside straight.
A straight pex jump.
With twizzle.
With twizzle on the outside. That was a great way to get that power jam started for Cruiser.
Magnificent. And this is the level of athleticism we've been seeing all weekend. Our young players are just incredible athletes.
Yeah, that apex jump not quite completed successfully, and Cruiser picking up a cut track, so we now have a power jam to Red Streaks and Canada.
But no pack advantage. Anyone or Australia getting between the Canadians. Canadians looking for that opportunity to open the track up. Australia deciding to take the, some would say, riskier option of falling behind Canada.
Yeah, Canada were going to try and crush, but...
yeah, Canada did not shut Australia down.
And we have
a star pass. That is to Hurricane Lane. Hurricane Lane was doing some devastating one-on-one blocking out the front of the pack and back of the pack yesterday. Very tidy hip checks. Let's see what they do as a jammer.
1.61, they're getting a direction penalty. That is Shredder going to the Spank Alley penalty box.
Meanwhile, Cruiser has rejoined us from the penalty box.
Finds a nice space down the inside line.
Gorgeous opening up that track. Look at that booty blocking Rat Guru there. Hurricane Lane having no end of trouble against the Australian defence.
Whereas Cruiser no trouble whatsoever going through on that scoring pass. The line was just left open, and now there's just one Canadian blocker left, which Cruiser was able
Cruiser
to
trying to. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the feed visible to us on our screen, so can't always pick up what you are seeing on the track. We may comment things that you are not seeing.
It sounded like someone just turned the sound off there. It was just like, it went really quiet. It's just like
Everyone took a breath at exactly the same moment, bless. We've got people watching from Oklahoma City in USA, which is fantastic. Watching from Minnesota, rooting for Oz, especially my Tassie babies. Thanks, Zoe. Whoa, light speed, but Kitty catapult that. Sorry, slight chills, fangirling like a mad boss. A good jammer lap is about 7 seconds. These guys are easily doing that in 5, if not 4.
There's such speed and agility. And grace. Such a beautiful takeoff landing, picking up 4 points there for Australia.
Meanwhile, Kitty Catapult yielding back behind Amazon. Morris Minor.
Good hit there from Morris Minor to the inside.
With April Sowers getting a good hit on Lightspeed, yielding them back. Then getting some help from 666, Speed Demon.
Lightspeed pulling that from the floor on the outside of the track, having picked up 2 points on that scoring pass. Before Canada could pick up any further points.
Scoreboard, Canada 35, Australia 51, 20, just under 20 minutes left on the clock in this first period. Great chance coming from the crowd there, some calls of defence.
We are going to have Rainbow up against Masquerada in this 6th jam of the game. Being recycled right back behind that jam line. All the way
Rainbow being contained, the bridging out by Canada. Oh, Rainbow was holding in, but Tom, I get lost between high block. Blocking with or two?
That was a high block.
It is a high block. Is that blocking 2 or with?
High block is blocking.
Don't mind us.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. You read the rules. We'll watch the game.
They were blocking 2, yes.
Thank you, Beard. Beard bringing you the streaming Beardcast on streaming this track for us, filling us in, blocking to the head. I do love getting the technicalities right, because it is the technicalities, the strategy that comes into play. It is incredible, the strategy that comes in even at these speeds. Beautiful pass there. Rainbow holding onto that sleigh ride there. Jumping past and out of it.
A further 2 points for Canada on that scoring pass. Brings it just to 10 points between these two sides after 12 and a half minutes of play.
And the crowd signaling their approval. That's Canada. All right, Rat Guru back for Australia.
Red streaks for Canada.
Very tight formations on that jammer line. Booty blocking. Australia does seem to be holding that back line better, forcing... Oh, but that was a fantastic assist. I think that was number 61. I think that was Shredder coming back to just open up that inside gap. Red streaks taking full advantage.
Thank you very much for the commentator's curse. You were just saying how well the Australian blockers were doing back there. And
I'm shocking.
Red streaks are through. And look, with a star stash, Guru is out and clear on their initial pass. Red streaks calls that jam, picking up 3 points for Canada.
Winding Australia's lead back in. There's a full hour game, so big shift in strategies that you'll start seeing from the half-hour games that we've been watching this tournament so far. Both teams have to make the full duration of the game.
A bit more conservation of energy, realising they've got to, this isn't just like a short sprint of like,
that half hour, give it your all. They've got to stretch that out, and they have to maintain physical and mental stamina.
And it is Kitty Catapult with lead jam for Canada.
Sonic Dash being held up at the front and back. Oh, number 44 from Canada, Howabunga. Some nice chest blocking.
There is a revolving door in the penalty box for Canada. Now, one gone in, another one has come out.
It is more common, I think, at the earlier parts of these games. As we're progressing through the tournament, the players are the increased pressure with the fatigue. Penalties can become a little heavy, especially in the earlier parts of your games as each team is figuring one another out. They're getting the measure of each other and sometimes just pushing things a little too close to those lines.
And last night was a really late night as well, with Australia playing their game. It was supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but it was 9 o'clock till they started.
Okay.
And then they were back in again this morning playing at 9:45. So not a lot of rest overnight for either of these sides. Canada
these amazing young athletes. I do expect that we will see both teams starting to tighten their focus up. Look at that. Masquerade getting some love. All skaters, the action happens between the whistles, the competition happens between those whistles. On the other sides of those whistles, we check on one another because we love this sport and we don't get to play unless we have teams to play against.
And so many smiley faces, and it's certainly on Canada there as they have had a lead change. They've taken the lead here with those 4 points in that last jam. It is now 51 to Australia, 52 to Canada.
And team timeout Canada.
We are just over halfway through this first half of, say, what is now full games.
Australia, apologies. Thank you. Fantastic. Thank you so much, Beer, bringing up our penalties for us, just so we can see. And we are, we're seeing what I've been seeing throughout the tournament. It's usually a mix of penalties. Sea Salt there has done the same. It's nice to see, though, as players are becoming conscious of what they're letting slip. Everyone usually tightens up. We're not getting repeats of the same penalties.
Canada are expected to see slightly more,
and there we go.
Speed Demon there, already on 4 penalties. So we are back to full game, so it is 7 penalties till you foul out.
But still.
In the games earlier, those 4 would have been, Speed Demon would have been done by now.
Critical. All right, lining back on our jammer line for Canada. Red streak up against Cruiser for Australia. Everyone's... Oh, I love it when they take the pivot line. That's so retro. But look at that. I don't know what the strategy was. I do believe that was an Australian strategy, taking the rear position there, and it has worked beautifully. Cruiser is through. Red streak.
Also through now. Both jammers clear of the back. Cruiser already picking up 4 points and putting the lead back into Australia's hands. But not pulling it, so Red Streaks does have opportunity to build some points back there, and does so, forcing a switch again.
Howabunga and Speed Demon partner blocking at the front there. And Cruiser has cut track. Opportunity, still only 1 point in it. Opportunity now. Oh, Speed Demon hit out there on Sea Salt, stopping Australia forming up their full blocking opposition. Red Streak has put the star in their hand. There has been a star pass to Hawabunga, racing out of pack.
I think we're seeing there how tired Red Streaks must have been to think they can't go the full 2 minutes, because they've taken the star, they've passed it, they've only picked up 1 point because of that, because the helmet cover wasn't on.
Wasn't being worn. Back from the penalty box, picking up 4 points, Cruiser.
But Hawabunga picking up a forearms penalty there, having now picked up the star. So it will be a power jam to Australia.
Oh, it's trying to figure out the point at which you come back legally after the person who blocked you fell, but who was ahead of you before that happened. Amazing mental agility there. Back in. Oh, one last point on that last jam for Cruiser there. 13 or possibly, let me just double check. 13-point jam for Australia. It is still only 5 points in it, but it is a power jam start for Australia, and they have given the star to Honey. Honey giving themselves a bit of room off that jammer line.
Is this the first time we've seen Honey this game?
I have not seen Honey. I think you're right there, Tom. Thank you.
I think it's the first time we've seen Honey, and who's really impressed me in the games I've watched. The speed they have is phenomenal. I know there's lots of skaters here who are just really, really quick, but
some of them, they seriously, you just look and go, how were they back?
Yeah,
Honey is one of those.
Blown me away with how quick they get around the track.
Honey, however, having trouble being caught up in pack. Hawabunga back from the penalty box through 4 points. Honey just finishing their initial pass. Hawabunga, that was the dream for Canada there, re-entering gameplay from the penalty box, picking up lead points and pulling it off. Oh, and we have that lead change again.
And a lead change, yeah. Perfect jam there for Hawabunga coming out of the box, picking up lead.
I didn't actually get to see Team Australia playing on this track yesterday myself. I've only seen their female team playing earlier today. So thank you for the insights, Tom.
Oh, that jam did or did not start, we are not sure. There was whistles, action started, action stopped.
A lot of penalties. There maybe is someone sorting something out. Penalties, player-wise, possibly. Interesting. All right. So
there don't seem to be many skaters on the track.
No pack advantage. Anyone at? Oh, possibly we may get pack advantage Australia. You only had the 2 Australian blockers out there. A third has.
Well, there's 2 Australians sat in the box that I can see from here.
And there's.
So I think they're just changing which 2 blockers are on track. So we have 2 Australian blockers, 2 Canadian blockers, a jammer apiece.
So that will be the team timeout to do the player substitutions, so that when you're playing with your skeleton crews, you shift up sometimes who is out there on track. All right, it does look like for Canada. I keep wanting to say Canada because I'm terrible. If I let it slip, no offense.
I think we are. No, we're not quite yet ready to get back underway.
And we do have an official timeout being signalled there by Dino Tallo. TR2, curly whistle, lets us know we're getting back into it. All right, so Rainbow going to be jamming up against Masquerade. And no pack advantage, both teams with 2 blockers in the penalty box. Oh, and that was neck and neck. Both jammers, Australia getting the inside line for Rainbow, Canada holding the outside line for Mo. Both jammers through, both jammers scoring as penalties are being timed out and blockers returning to track.
So we are back up to 3 blockers apiece.
And now we're starting to see the pack slowing down as each team is getting their strategies together. Oh, Mo taking the outside line there. Hit out, drawn back. Excellent bridging happening. Rainbow holding in as hard as they can against that awesome Canadian defence.
Morris Corey just trying to skip down the apex there, but getting caught and knocked off. Now being recycled. Fighting again against what is now 4 Australian blockers. Offense coming in, trying to clear the line.
All right, 12 points. 14 points. Australia picking up 2 more points than Canada in that last game, but still only 1 point in it. 78 Australia, 79 Canada. Canada sending out Speed Demon. With regards to our penalties earlier, I don't know how many of you have ever seen a player get 6 penalties in the first half and manage to make it to the end of the game. That is a living on the razor's edge. Thankfully, Speed Demon only 4, and we are the full games. So 7 allowed, but please no more. Speed Demon through for Canada, taking the lead there. Oh, I so miss having the live stream on the screen for us. The further part of the track. So that Rat Guru for Australia on their initial. Oh, did they pick up a sneaky point?
They did not.
Oh, that was so close.
Canada calling that before Australia could pick up any points, extending their lead to just 5 points in this game.
All right, heading out for Canada, I can see April Sowers, Shredder, 083. They've got 83 and 083. She-Hulk. Kitty Catapult jamming for Canada.
Sonic Dash with the star for Australia.
Do we have pack advantage Australia? Yes, we do.
Yeah, for Australian blockers.
But what a hit out and yield back by She-Hulk there on Sonic Dash. Sonic is very slippery, very agile, great on those toe stops, but the coverage the Canadians are now getting on that outside line. Meanwhile, look, Kitty Catapult, so far. And it was only the destruction of pack, the out of play there. Let Kitty take that one. Oh.
Kitty out and lead.
That
jump down.
Unsuccessful apex jump.
Goes round the outside, picks up 4 points for Canada.
Excellent work there by Kitty to drop back behind the pack and make sure no penalty and all points collected. That is a 4-point jam for Canada, 0 for Australia. And now there's somehow only 7 minutes left on the clock. Again, the time is evaporating.
When it was the half-hour pool games, everything seemed to take really long. It was like,
it does.
It's like, oh, we're only 8 minutes in, and the score is this, and it's like now it's like we've played 5 minutes, and suddenly it's like there's only 7 left.
It's absolutely phenomenal, but it is, I think, due to the quality of gameplay we are seeing. I was actually talking to Jim Peckable earlier, one of the officials here. Jim has played for many years, played for Australia. Genuinely, and I was so glad to hear from someone else, we both feel that this is the best athleticism we have seen in roller derby since its resurgence early in the 2000s. These athletes in front of us, it boggles the mind that they are juniors, because they are still developing. Oh, Howabunga got the yield back there. On Honey has come back for another jam.
Speed Demon, who is leading, does a straight pick jump again down the inside line, picking up 4 points for Canada.
Tidy hop, sometimes that's all you need. If it's the lower part of an opposing leg, you can jump over that thing. And very good control on most of those jumps. I'm seeing the feet remain below the hips, so well balanced on takeoff and landing.
Big 12 points there for Canada, extending the lead now 21 points.
But this is a long way from over. This is only period one. Cruiser coming back to jam for Australia against Masquerade. And there is that formidable Australian defensive formation, but Howabunga doing what they can to get in amongst it. Masquerade unable to maximise.
Cruiser had picked up lead, but then fell to the inside and went back to go through the pack again. So
that was not a scoring pass.
That was not a scoring pass. This is now their first scoring pass. And Australia control the lead jammer status.
And look at Cruiser go fighting through Hurricane Lane and Red Streak. Fantastic work, attack the legal target zones, those arms.
Masquerade getting through as well, picking up 4 points as Cruiser just
changing levels, jumping, jagging. It's fantastic. I love from that angle, I got to see the feet in one direction, the hips elsewhere. The shapes these athletes are pulling with their bodies to fake out their opposition and get themselves through. Because while we are seeing intense gameplay, and yes, we are seeing contact, big hits are being made, the fluidity of the opposition as you take a blow, if you are fluid as you receive it, it has less chance to bounce you.
The way the blockers have been able to
absorb the momentum and the impact. Absolutely. It's like you become the ocean, absorb the punch and move on with your day. I don't know how they keep doing it. I am...
Well, I mean, they do have youth on their side.
Functional knees. I really... Look after your knees, young people. But yeah, regardless, just phenomenal skill sets. I have to keep reminding myself how young these players are.
So Cruiser running that for a full 2 minutes, picking up 24 points in that jump. Canada picking up 7, so it completely reduced the lead to just 4 points between Australia and Canada. 102, 106, both breaking the 100 mark in that jam.
Okay, now who's this jamming? 82 jamming for Australia.
So it's Bruiser Bond.
Bruiser Bond.
First time we've seen Bruiser Bond with the star for Australia in this game up against Kitty Catapult.
Lovely. I keep forgetting to look at the screen where it tells me who's jamming.
You're going old school. I trust technology. I'm gonna work off the pieces of paper in front of me. my eyes and the piece of paper. Because
I'm feeling spoiled enough by the fact that there is a mic stand. This is schmancy.
Yeah, hands-free. So that jam was called for an injury, but we will get the skater was straight back up.
So yeah, I think there's got to be a better word than injury, because we don't know if they're injured at that point in time. You know, something's happened, we want to check it out, make sure the player is all right. Oh, magnificent work there. Australia getting rainbow through so quickly, but hot on the heels comes Speed Demon. Blockers having enough time to form up their defences, and it is Speed Demon through first on the scoring pass. Rainbow being yielded to the back of the pack, hit out, and we do have a forearm penalty assigned there. I believe that was Shredder for Canada.
That was a 4-2 jam in favour of Canada. Lead now 6 points.
And as I think we all know by now, 6 points is nothing, unless you're in the very last seconds of the game. And even in the last seconds of the game, I've seen some shock last seconds. I so love being proven wrong too. Howabunga taking a jam for Canada. Up against number 42, Australia.
Howabunga is lead. So we have seen Howabunga jam earlier, but that was when they were a pivot, took the star, and then had to come out of the box having picked up a penalty.
Formidable Australian defence. Ida, slight point shanking there. Australia picking up 1 extra point.
2 points to Australia, 1 to Canada there. It's 106-111. 5 points between these two sides. 1 minute left of this first half.
All right. Lightspeed coming back to jam for Australia.
With What the Beck for Canada. First time we've seen What the Beck.
What the Beck was doing some very tight blocking yesterday. So want to see What the Beck jamming today. And maybe that is a strategy to try and break through this strong Australian defence. So it did take What the Beck a moment, but the blocking skills possibly what Canada were looking for when they sent them out.
Canada picking up a couple of penalties there, down to 2 blockers. Getting through, Lightspeed picking up 4 points as What the Beck comes through, picking up 4 as well.
Lightspeed watching the bench to see, do you want me to call us? We're going to keep going. And with only 2 Canadian blockers on track, they've been told to keep going. The Canadians did take a little bit of wind out of the sails of Lightspeed, but not enough to stop them.
It is Shredher going to the box, just leaving 1 Canadian blocker to deal with Lightspeed.
Is that? Is that Hurricane Lane? I think that is Hurricane Lane. Unable to engage on that last one, they were just out of play, could not risk the penalty. Australia running down the clock as they go round again.
So the period clock has ended, the jam is still going on. That is in control of Lightspeed, and there he does. They call that jam. They picked up 16 points. They thought they'd taken the lead. Oh no, they have taken the lead. They've had 3 more on.
Nail biting. Absolutely nail biting. Watching this scoreboard change.
So at this intermission, it is Australia 1-2-5, Canada 1-2-3, just 2 points separating these two sides. What an absolutely magnificent first half that has been.
Brilliant, brilliant stuff. I need a tiny sit down, and I'm already seated.
So we are going to take a short break. We will be back a couple of minutes before the start of the second half. Go get yourself hydrated. Take a power nap if it's 3 in the morning wherever you are. And
Leave yourself back off the edge of your seat for just a moment, because you are going to be back there very soon.
welcome back to Track 1 here at Mount Warren Sports Centre in Brisbane, Australia for the first of these quarter-final games at the JRDA World Cup 2025. That is currently Australia 125, Canada 123. If you weren't with us for the first half, where were you? It has been an amazing game. The lead going back and forth between these two sides. Amazing athleticism.
Incredible gameplay. We're seeing strategy change-ups. We're seeing changes in which players are being sent out to jam in order to try to upset the opposition's defence. Both teams sort of becoming momentarily scattered and then coming back as they've already readjusted their gameplay as the way they need to, which is why we've only got 2 points in it.
Yeah, and that last lead change came in the last jam of that first half, where Australia picked up 19 points, Canada picked up 12. And
putting Australia back in front.
Putting Australia back in front at the half-time mark. So you're going to hear me talking at you this afternoon or this evening or this morning. I am Tom Bowler.
And I'm Sweet Fanny Adams. Thank you so much for tuning in, jumping online. Stream on Track 1 being brought to you by Beardcast.
Yeah, Beard doing a fantastic job for us, who's now also given us a screen where we can see what you can see at home. We can also see your comments, so if you are watching on the YouTube channel, please do kind of say hi, let us know what you're thinking of the game, anything you want us to read out. We will try and get to those comments.
And there is our curly whistle from Dino Tello, TR2, bit of a local legend in the Derby Ninja circuit. They call them ninjas, they wear black. If they do their job right, you almost don't notice they're there. So that looks like Speed Demon for Canada, jamming for Canada.
Yeah, up against Cruiser for Australia with Howabunga recycling back behind the jammer line.
Some nice bridging there, but look at that, Cruiser using that as a run-up. They are running hot on the heels of Speed Demon. Speed Demon looking to the bench to see what their coach wants them to do. And Cruiser leaving the pack first on their scoring pass.
Canada not quite picking up the full 4 points on that one. I think there's 3 in the air, so 3 points.
Canada.
But they were able to empty the penalty box, so they will start with 4 blockers on track. And
that's good news for Kitty Catapult, who will be jamming for Canada.
Yeah, bad news for Lightspeed for Australia. Means they're going to get through 4 Canadian blockers.
We can already see number 42 for Australia lining up. Is that the Cruiser?
It is.
I saw it. Oh, apologies. I'm not seeing the numbers quite right. The Australian blocker lining up to give some offense against the Canadian defense beautifully. Lightspeed getting through, running into Hurricane Lane has been last line of defense quite often throughout this tournament, and you can see why just there. Managing to catch jammers. Oh! Amazing toe stop work on that outside line there by Lightspeed, staying inbounds.
And it is a power jam to Australia as Kitty Catapult goes to the box. Didn't quite see what the penalty was there. That was called on Kitty Catapult, but Canada now down to just 2 blockers. So
and Australia is back to 4 blockers on track.
Canada starting this second half very similar to the first half with lots of penalties for their blockers.
Lightspeed hit out by Howabunga. We've been seeing Howabunga doing great blocking, and this is some fantastic yielding. Lightspeed maybe a little bit winded there, holding their ribs. Not surprising at all. Hit out by 180. April Sowers.
An executioner there that was delivering that off. That defensive work there rather than Howabunga. Howabunga now on track.
Thank you so much for the correction, Tom.
The numbers coming up, being able to see, and it is
Red
We've got
streaks.
red streaks for Canada.
Against Honey for Australia.
Yeah, Honey's standing right at the back of the track there.
Sometimes that rolling start, skipping past their own defence and getting the momentum they need, using that momentum to create some push to get Canada's defence moving, but it is red streaks leaving the pack first, picking up lead Jammer.
And there is Howabunga delivering that defensive work, knocking the Australian Jammer Honey out of the track, recycling them back to the top of that apex.
It looks like Cicada might be signalling to Honey, thinking about doing a pass. Honey not doing that, holding on that inside line, but the double tap there from number 7-7, Mad Max, carrying them out. It's the golden rules of roller derby, very much like Zombieland. Rule 1 cardio, rule 2 double tap. Honey finally through, finally through on their initial, Canada calling it. And for all of that frenetic energy work with all the recycling, that was only 7 points. I thought there were more scoring passes, but still 7 points with this level of defence is nothing to poke fun at. That is brilliant work, Canada. The points gap closed down to 9 points. Cruiser doing some self-blocking to get through the pack.
Yeah, Moscarida being caught at the back by a very strong four ball. Then finding some space on the outside.
Oh! And who was that? Was that Hurricane Lane at the front of the pack managing to slow? Yes. There we go. Hurricane Lane has been devastating out the front of these packs. Love that, the little sorry from Firefly as they committed to the block as the whistles had come, so managed to pull back any impact they may have delivered. Lead still with Australia, 13 points in it. Kitty Catapult back to jam against a light speed. And different strategies. Australia sending a blocker immediately up to line up against the Canadian defence. Lightspeed thinking they could skip around on the outside, but Speed Demon locking them down at the last moment.
Kitty Catapult getting out and being lead jammer for Canada. To the
Back.
inside, being knocked off.
Taken to that inside lines, but Australia unable to yield. Kitty back.
Morris Minor going to the box for a penalty for Australia, so they're down to 3 blockers as Kitty Cat tries to skip down the inside. Realises they didn't quite land it and then skidded to the outside.
But now Australian defence formed up and beautiful holding on for grim life to that inside track line. Canada's now getting in amongst the Australian defence, trying to stop that solid formation.
Mad Max there taking Bruiser Bon off track. So we have had a star pass to Bruiser Bon.
Bruiser Bon fighting hard, but keeps finding. So I'll hurt Einstein with Mad Max, but Kitty Catapult. Oh, yielded to the back. Sorry, I heard the whistle and the penalty, but the penalty was to Speed Demon.
Yeah.
Kitty was going to the back to yield. Morris Minor. Oh, I love that pendulum work when you have got a solid blocker bracing you.
But that blocker 299 going to the bench. That is Lightspeed, who was the jammer at the start of this jam.
And that gave Kitty Catapult the opportunity they needed to skip past, coming through again for yet another scoring pass. Massive jam for Canada and a lead change.
Yeah, 20 points there for Canada in that jam. Australia not picking up any. So we do
That
have a
is
lead
surprising.
change.
We have not seen that. I don't think that many points from Canada with none for Australia. That
We've had big jams, but they've not all been to zero. There's been very few that have been to zero when they've been big jams. There's been
yes, absolutely. Yeah, there's usually been points both sides. Speed Demon back on their pack, but rainbow through for lead for Australia.
red streak's not far, about half a lap behind.
It's enough time for Rainbow to score some points. Will they be calling it? Will they play on?
Being recycled and playing on whilst red streaks looks to push through the front of this Australian wall. There is some offense there trying to help.
Sometimes though the offense, Hurricane Lane, sometimes the offense simply gives your opposition more opportunities to keep them in pack. And the Australians are reforming around everything Hurricane Lane could do to break them apart there. The Australians were reforming around.
Rainbow, having been knocked off track, calls that jam.
Just waiting for the extra points to come in.
2 more for Australia, so that was 6-4 in favour of Australia. Canada leading now by 5 points.
This is going to be edge of the seat until the last whistle. I'm just stunned by how well focused all of these athletes are managing to remain while bringing this intensity of gameplay. Cruiser back for Australia, running onto the chest of it looks like. Whoop. Through for lead. Minor equipment adjustment. Kawabunga. Pivot for Canada is off to the penalty box, but
and joining them in the box is Cruiser. So this is a power jam for Canada and Moscareda.
I do not know what that signal. That's
a new one to me.
That is
For those that don't know
Chinese
what we're doing,
finger trap.
It's yeah.
That's the Chinese finger trap.
2 pointy fingers pointing at each other.
Secret NSO language. I don't
Secret
know.
NSO
They are
language.
mysterious and wonderful. Regardless, that was 2 more points to Canada, so they just managed to inch that lead out to 7 points. We do have an official timeout going on. Team Australia heading back on track to be ready. And that is an unfortunately full Spank Alley penalty box. Usually our players like to see Spank Alley. They go to Spank Alley for gear repairs, for armbands, for helmet covers. They don't like to see Spank Alley during a game.
And sweat suckers.
Sweat suckers, those things are invaluable if you have ever dealt
I've
with
heard
a
these
moist derby bag.
more than once.
There is a special point in any player's derby career when they learn the difference between the smell of their own wrist sweat and elbow sweat. It smells different.
We just saw the penalties pop up on the screen there. Howard Bunga, who is currently in the Spank Alley penalty box, is on 6 penalties.
Alrighty, Speed Demon will be jamming. Oh, thank you, Bear. Beard.
And Speed Demon is on 5, so Speed Demon will be jamming, but on 5 penalties. When we still have 19 minutes and 50 seconds left of this game.
And these two have been quite pivotal players for Canada. It'll be interesting to see what happens if they lose either of them.
Yes.
Team Australia doing much better on the penalty front, much lower, no one in danger zone at this point in time.
Yeah, that's a good place to be with 19 minutes or 20 minutes left of the game to be on 3 penalties. It's
much better position to be
much
in.
better position.
Takes quite a bit of pressure off. All right, so looks like Speed Demon is going to be helped out there by Tuffy. And who's our 3-3? Or is it 8-3? 8-3-0-8-3. It does look like Hurricane Lane to me.
That is Hurricane Lane. 8-3.
Beautiful.
Kneeling. Yeah, we see them all. They're
It's
just lying
cheeky,
down.
They have an 8-3 and a 0-8-3.
Yeah.
Got to start learning the physicality and how they move differently to tell who's who.
So Canada just chilling on the track.
Oh, hey. Thanks, Anna Lacey, in our stream on our online feed. Anna Lacey, the fingers pointing together just means calling off for injury. So someone, a player down, not getting up as quickly as they needed to, we're going to check them out. So yeah, no risk.
I've not seen that. So is that just for juniors?
It may well be.
I've been playing a few years.
You always swear.
And I've not seen that at adult games, and I've been quite a lot of junior games, but I've never seen that. So I don't know if that's just something that has been introduced recently, or whether I've just missed it.
There we go.
Or perhaps I've just been lucky and not had any injuries at any of my games.
It could well be. Now we can see this official timeout continuing. Roger Jamjet having a good chat with all of his officials. Don't know if there's anything they're sorting out so much as it could be just a really good time to draw in refocus. This has been a fast and frenetic game.
So the winner of this game will go to the semi-final, which will be
playoffs with US, is it?
At 5:30, and they will be playing the USA. So yeah, the winners will go and play the USA at 5:30, the local time here, and you can hopefully work out what that time is to you, local to yourselves. I know back in the UK that will be 9 hours behind. We are, so that will be
relatively pleasant morning to you.
8:30. So it'll be 8:30 in the morning, USA versus the winner of this game. But if you're up in the UK or GB, then it will be at 3:30. Team GB will be taking on Belgium. So that is at 4:30 in the morning in Great Britain.
All right, nice seeing the different ways that players cope with these prolonged timeouts, conserving their energy without losing focus. Why not have a little sit down? It kind of, actually, thanks Beard, that's Beard is the voice inside my head that I believe you guys can't hear. Yeah, deck of cards. I'm not going to suggest Twister. I think that would be unnecessary.
They are now all making some sort of star-like formation and
a skate circle. We love a skate circle. Look at all our skates. Wheelie shoes for life.
And we were
having sneaking in a little stretch. I see you there, Hurricane Lane.
Talking about the penalties earlier and how Bunga was on 6. Just seeing the comments on the YouTube, Newt 1981 says, Howard always says, I ride on 6 penalties. So I don't think she's going to be stressing too much.
Is Howard one of my peeps? It's their dopamine seeking. This is the rush I need to keep me focused.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your goat, baby.
Oh, and like that, we
were so back in before we even noticed they were all sitting down a moment ago.
They got up quicker than I could. I didn't even notice. All 6 of them up on their feet and gone.
Young persons. All right, Speed Demon.
So the power jam start for Canada has...
and with this skeleton pack on track, it is 3 very proficient Australian blockers, but it is not ideal conditions. Oh, Team Canada, Hurricane Lane managing to get right in the middle of that Australian defence before they could slide across to get in Speed Demon's way.
Cruiser down the inside line, having come out of the box to complete their initial pass.
Oh, an amazing waterfall rat guru, unable to take Speed Demon out though. Amazing. Just off camera we can see some comms happening from the Canadian bench. to players on track. This is beautiful work actually between the bench and the players. Their awareness of what their bench is telling them at different points.
So 16 points in that jam for Canada, 4 for Australia. 19 points the lead Canada now hold. But, you know,
still 18 minutes left on the clock.
8.5 minutes. This game has gone back and forth, back and forth. Even in the last jam of the first half, that's when we saw the last lead change, and we've seen it change 3-4 times already in these 12 minutes.
This is Honey. All right, Honey has found their legs, or maybe there has been a tightened up Australian strategy helping get Honey through, well ahead of Kitty Catapult. So Honey with the lead on their scoring pass, now running up against Shredder and 681 Mexecutioner. Tidy footwork around them to stay in bounds as Kitty Catapult is yielded to the back of the pack. We do have a skater down on the outside, but it looks like it's an equipment failure. That wheel should be attached to the skate. It's the little things. We had it earlier on track 1. Poor Nosferatu from Denmark had a toe stop malfunction that kept him out for several jams. It's heartbreaking when that happens. But we will take an equipment malfunction over a skater malfunction every day.
Every day. And I am a father of someone who has many skate malfunctions. As anyone back in the UK, we were raising money to help Sully get over here, and most of it was so he could have skates because every pair he got seemed to break.
I shouldn't, sorry. Oh, now I gotta pay more attention to how Sully's skating. Is there something we can do with technique? I do not know. Oh, Beard has broken a titanium kingpin. Baby. All right, we are back into the action, and Lightspeed working hard at the front while we have Red Streaks back jamming for Canada. Lightspeed taken down, but they are through for lead. Red Streaks is out of pack now, but we do know that Lightspeed does have incredible change of pace. They're in on their scoring pass. Australian strategy is to keep this going, obviously. Oh, no, Lightspeed. I saw a cut track.
Yeah, that was not the strategy Australia wanted there.
That was not the outcome.
They are being recalled to the track. They are saying that was not actually a penalty.
Perhaps a no pass, no point. So that is Lightspeed back in, but Red Streaks on their scoring pass now. Lightspeed, Hurricane Lane. Oh, the awareness of when that engagement zone is running out and managing to not engage. Beautiful control. Oh, now we've got number 9 for Australia coming up to get in amongst that Canadian defence to try to give Lightspeed some assist. So that was Morris Minor. Red Streaks through again. Lightspeed still struggling on this pass as Canada are locking down their defence. Great work by Australia to get the outside line for Lightspeed, but Hurricane Lane, last line of defence, bridged in.
Oh, because see the look on her face, it's like, I just haven't quite hit him hard enough.
But the amount of time and the energy taken away as a jammer, that is devastating. Lightspeed is going to rejig and come back when they can. They just need to get their lungs.
Red Streaks got called for a penalty at the end of that jam, so it will be a power jam start to Australia, which will be exactly what they need with this 14-point deficit.
And they are sending Cruiser out to take the power start.
Canada with one blocker in the box, but standing.
Oh, I am loving this. The blocking packs using that pivot line for their different strategies.
Yeah, and then just
that's it. Patient jammer waited for Canada to give them the gap they wanted. Reading your opposition that well at this point in a game with this amount of pressure. Well done, Cruiser.
Canada back up to full strength on the blockers, but still with their jammer in the box, so some offense.
And a hit towards the inside from White 7-7 Mad Max. Not successful as Cruz's agility on the skates to take the hit and turn it. Now, however, taken to the outside of the track. Is that by Shredder?
Red Streaks stashing the star, getting beating their initial pass. Now on a scoring pass, so it does pick up 3 points for Canada on that pass.
But Australia eating away at the Canadian lead.
An additional 5 points there for Australia in that jam, 8-3.
Oh, maybe one more point. I'm just seeing one more being signaled from
9-3.
And we have a team time out. Jammer ref coming over, just conferring with our scorekeepers.
That team timeout called by the team in white, Canada.
Very good time. Canada was getting some excellent formations and hold up, so they good time to actually get everyone to focus in on maintaining what they're doing there. It is going to be a challenge. Australia are not giving an inch, and they are forming up harder each time. All right, let's see who we're sending out. You can see that's Masquerade will be jamming for Canada. Going to be helped out by Speed, Demon, Tuffy, and Vicious Vi. So one down on the pack there for Canada. Rainbow coming back to jam for Australia. Looks like each team.
Australia do have 4 blockers on track, yep.
Slight pack advantage to Australia. May give them an opportunity to run offense as well as defense, may not. We will see how it falls. Oh, holding on the inside, like an absolute boss.
Assessed lead, but Roger Ramjet giving a forearm penalty. So
now I did see a hand go down to touch a hip. I did think it was on a teammate, but I'm not watching the game as closely as the jammer ref, so perhaps they inadvertently touched an opposing player to brace themselves on that pass. Masquerade is through, but is not lead. There will be no lead. Jammer, we are running the full 2 minutes here. Canada holding back to keep the pack to a standstill.
So they're not being assessed lead, so perhaps they removed the star. But this has been called for a down skater.
Down skater, it looks to being winded. Whatever it is, everyone will be taking care of our players. I actually do love seeing this degree of care being taken. It doesn't matter what age you are. Being winded, sprains and strains, they can lead to bigger things. And these games are quite hectic. Meanwhile, let's have a look at our crowd. I noticed earlier, if anyone's had a look at track 1, Mexico supporters have their players' faces printed on cardboard, so family members are holding up and waving their cards, which has been great. We've had some fantastic support from Swedish supporters doing mad singing. Heads, shoulders, knees and toes came out. We've got some ABBA. They have a song list up somewhere. I don't know if the link was put up in the Facebook page, but have a look.
So there is track 2. So
just at the moment, we'll see
New Zealand up against Mexico over on track 2. They are currently 122-58. It's a similar game, in as much as the winner of this will go through to a semi-final. So, but not a game like this in as much as it.
No. But Mexico running an incredibly short roster. So it's fantastic to have them here. It's always fantastic to have the smaller countries here getting represented, knowing that our sport is growing. And it is fantastic back on track 1. So that was number 24 for Australia. Guns and Rollers needed a moment. We have had a skates come off, so possibly something going on with their ankle. They're going to get looked after and make sure it's nothing serious. Yeah. But they are up and mobile. headed back to their bench.
It's good to see the junior sport growing worldwide, and this is, you know, the most teams they've had a JRDA World Cup. In 2 years' time, it's 2027. It's going to be in Scotland. So let's hope there's going to be.
We want to see this growth continue.
This growth continue, yeah.
Absolutely. So Rainbow jamming for Australia, and again that inside line, and no penalty on that inside line, a pass. They've got that clear. Canada having to lock down Australian blockers and hold them back, so Kitty Catapult could go through, but there goes Honey on their scoring pass. They're being given the signal from the bench to keep it running. There is 8 points in it. That is the second scoring pass for Rainbow.
Kitty Catapult on their first scoring pass as Rainbow comes around on their third.
Running into this comprehensive Australian defence, locking them down, waterfalling, lockdown.
Honey
Direction of play block being assigned to Honey there. But still, Kitty was yielded back.
You hear the cheer as Australia take the lead, but as Kitty Catapult gets through, that means that it's tied again. But Rainbow through on their next scoring pass to retake the lead for Australia, and looking at really
just being knocked to the inside there by April Sowers. Oh! Missed the call. I did think it may have been a blocking to the head.
But we have a power jam now for Canada. Kitty Catapult is through to tie this game and now has the opportunity to put Canada back in the lead before the end of this jam.
Kitty Catapult is worse for wear from those previous passes, and it is pack advantage. Only one Canadian blocker to help Kitty. Kitty being yielded back now, but we have got him. Executioner coming back, and the yield back almost half a track. Woo.
But Kitty Catapult had managed to pick up 3 points in that scoring pass, which does leave Canada still in the lead, but only by 3 points.
That was a 20-point jam for Australia. It was an absolute nail-biter. Speed Demon jamming against Sonic Dash. Looks like pack advantage Australia again, and they use that to their full effect.
A contract for Canada, so a power jam for Sonic Dash.
Sonic Dash being hit to the outside, so while a power jam is a beautiful position to be in, what it does do for the blockers is gives them a single focus, and we can see Sonic Dash having a much harder time. Hit up, but
every time he landed, I thought there's one of those just going to drop out of bounds.
Each hit, but picking the feet up at the right time to keep themselves in bounds. It was like little mini cartwheels. I don't know how. Meanwhile, Speed Demon back from the penalty box through the pack on their initial.
Completing their initial, and now on a scoring pass, going to the outside and just slipping on this floor.
Sonic Dash taken out by What the Beck, and calling it, and the jammer love there. Both jammers seeing and appreciating their abilities.
We have a team timeout called by Canada as Canada have just now lost their lead. Australia 210, Canada 208. We're back where we were at the start of this half, just 2 points between these two sides.
9 minutes, just under 9.5 minutes left on the game clock. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi.
You can probably hear the crowd chanting.
I still love, that is a punchy chant. We came up with one, bless us.
But you will also hear that in the Team GB game.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Because
everyone should.
They chant it at their jammer, Aussie Aussie offense.
I had wondered when I saw Aussie offense playing if that was, but I saw the spelling. I didn't know we an Aussie Osborne fan, or if it was because we're coming to Australia and you people got to know.
No, that's...
You're going to be facing some offense, babies.
That's Oscar, Aussie.
Oh, bless.
Aussie offense, and yeah, so yeah, the Aussie chant is also screamed from the Team GB crowd to
Beautiful.
Aussie.
It's a punchy one. It really picks people up. All right, Cruiser back to jam for Australia against Masquerade. Is that penalty box clear? Masquerade is through for lead.
And Cruiser has removed the star and looking at getting through with a star stash.
That's all right. Lead jammer status had already been assigned, so no risk there. That was a great move. It divides your opposition's focus to see, are you going to take the jam or are you going to pass?
And when you've got Rangaroo with the stripe of pivot, it's still such a threat. If that star is passed, it's not going...
So splitting your opposition's focus like that, the blockers having to now cover two skaters instead of just the one.
And that was a 4.2 jam in favour of Australia. So 4 points the lead now.
Inching that lead out. Honey, you can see taking that longer
run up for Australia up against red streaks for Canada.
Not necessarily using it for a rolling start, but just sometimes that moment, the patience to see how the pack forms up to find where the gap will be by the time they get there. I think we can actually say that now at this level of gameplay. That's what our jammers are looking for. They're not looking for where the gap is. They're looking for where it will be by the time they arrive.
And Honey knew the gap was going to be on the inside line. So goes through to pick up 4 points.
Red streaks coming through on their initial, I believe that was. There goes Honey.
Jumping down that straight to pick up 4 more points for Australia. Oh. But a hit there by Speed Demon.
Oh, and a beautiful, we're not letting Speed Demon yield back there. Number 46, Australia.
Also red streaks being recycled.
Was it 452? I don't know numbers.
As Honey gets through.
Speed Demon now with the star. Star has passed from Canada.
And She-Hulk knocks off Honey, who calls that jam.
And I'm loving this. This level of gameplay at a quarter-final with scores this tight. The appreciation from the players. This to me epitomizes what I think sport is and always should always be about. You win by outplaying the other team. If the other team happens to be outplaying you, that is all props. It's not what you want, and it's the challenge as well. It asks you to lift your game, to pick yourself up. So taking that the right way, seeing that as the call to hone in, lock down what you're doing and improve. I did come up through roller derby at a period where I think it was a tad more combative than competitive. This healthy competition is so fantastic to see. Both these teams want to win.
Oh yes, yeah.
But there is no ill feeling between them because they are playing so superbly.
Well, you know,
if you get outplayed by some people who are playing like this, you have not, that is, it's magnificent when other people are doing good things on track.
But both these sides will be wanting to win. They get to play an extra game if they do. They'll play France. They'll play the USA. They'll play the USA.
But there will be no ill feeling between them because each team is playing beautifully.
Both teams have played magnificently. Whoever wins, the other team will be able to appreciate the skill and effort that the other team
has brought to the track. They will understand. The other team took the win. They did not lose. There are no losers on this track. There are no losers in this audience. Kitty Catapult, look at this. And this again. Yeah, champions don't turn up to get what they want. They turn up to give everything they got, and both these teams are giving everything because these are the championships. They are here because they are already champions. And we are seeing that champion mentality. There goes Morris Minor giving some assist there. Lightspeed. Oh, has had the wind knocked out of their sails. That looks like Shredder lining up, getting some backup from Vicious Vi.
And Kitty Catapult has picked up a cut track penalty, so it is a power jam for Lightspeed and Australia.
Lightspeed is looking the worse for wear. Coming up against Howabunga now. Oh, the last minute attempt to catch on the Patootie. I do wonder, I have seen some magnificent hip catches from men, do not get me wrong. And male and female, these words I find very odd these days. The different shapes of people's bodies though, what people we traditionally think of as female quite often have this little extra hook they can catch players on, and seeing players who have that physicality using it to their advantage.
That's the great thing about this sport is that everyone's got a different thing that gives them an advantage.
And everyone finds how they work.
So that is lead for Australia and Cruiser as we get this jam underway, this power jam for Australia with Kitty Catapult starting in the box.
And Australia have wound their lead out, 21 points ahead now, just over 4 minutes left on the clock. We have seen 20-point jams. I don't know how many more we can see at this point in the game.
Cruiser's going to try and put one on the board. That's 8 already that they've got.
There you go. They'll do it if they can.
Kitty Catapult is out and on a scoring path.
Until they run
there from Hurricane
Lane. But magnificent work. And look, even from jammers to the blockers who have been shutting them down, holding their hands up. Acknowledgement of skill and ability.
So Howabunga, who lives to be on 6 penalties, has now gone to 7. So they have fouled out, but we also have quite a few other Canadians, Shred Her and Speed Demon, both on 6 penalties. Tuffy and Hurricane Lane having 5. The rest down on 4 or below with 3.5 minutes left of the game. Australia have also increased on the penalty. So certainly Bruiser Bond on 6.
At risk there, yeah. And Australia have managed to wind their lead out, 252. Australia plays 227 Canada.
So 25 points to Australia with 3.5 minutes to go.
1 more jam, 2 more jams. It's going to be interesting. This is going to come down to who gets the lead. How they
2 jams if Canada get the lead in both these jams.
I would expect to see 2 if it is Canada gets the lead. If we see Australia get the lead, we may well see the clock run out. Time will tell. Listen to the crowd getting in to support both these amazing teams. Rainbow will be jamming against Masquerade.
Masquerade jumping down the outside but not getting out. Getting knocked off track.
Right,
it's goes down the inside and pick up lead for Canada. This is exactly what Canada will have wanted in this jam.
This is what they need. Rainbow being held at the back of the pack there by Speed Demon, managing to work their way past Speed Demon, running in too. I'll hurt Einstein, I believe, and Vicious Vi. They've been quite a formidable blocking partnership. There goes Masquerade on their first scoring pass. Honey yet to make their, Rainbow yet to make their initial. Australia knows they have to stop Masquerade, and they have now stopped Masquerade. So when does the moment come that Australia feels they can send some offense? Will they feel they can send offense? Nope, they're keeping their entire focus. They have taken a lot of time off Masquerade there.
Rainbow, having stashed the star, is now through completing their initial pass. But not before Canada have picked up 8 points on this jam. Looking at going down the inside line there, Masquerade. But Rainbow finding that gap, getting through for 4 points for Australia.
Masquerade held to the outside line. They're fighting to stay on track, managing to stay on track. They've got their third scoring pass, but Rainbow is back for their second and clearing the pack on the outside after unable to get an inside pass. Canada is letting this one run.
Yeah, I think, you know, their lead, so they're picking up points. The risk is if they call this, they've got to start again.
Exactly, while the momentum is in their favour. I agree with that call.
They know they're going to get at least one more jam.
So they're using this momentum while it lasts. And the call, Mo face down, managing to pick up that bench coach, telling them to call it off. You can call it off now.
And we have our first official review called by Canada, but it is an official review to be used as a timeout, which is not a surprise at this late stage. Canada just stopping that clock, giving themselves the opportunity. They are what now, 19 points. 21, sorry.
I did the same thing, don't mind me.
It was 25 points. They've cut the lead by 4. They're 21 points with 1 minute 39
left on the clock. And they're sending out Kitty Catapult to jam against Australia's cruiser. A blockers on track. For Australia we have I can see Sakata. Thanks, Beard.
Zooming in on the player so we can see who it was, but no, it says crowd shots.
Canada, you're going to see the crowd getting to their feet.
The crowd.
Canada on their feet, in support of their players, in support of their fantastic team. It could be pack advantage Australia. I think we have one blocker in the Spank Alley penalty box.
Mad Max is sat in the Spank Alley penalty box for Canada.
Cruiser lining up to take an outside right pass, if possible. But running into it, looks like Shredder jumping back to the inside, trying for an apex jump, being taken down. That is what the...
Oh, and it's a power jam to Canada!
What the back at the front of the pack, managing... Oh, and here comes Mad Max as Australia losing their pivot. There goes Kitty Catapult.
And Kitty Catapult is not lead. So
Sakata. I think that is Amazon, Sakata, Amazon, and Firefly doing what they can, but was that a straight peaks jump?
It was nearly, yeah. Oh. We are going to have a full 2-minute jam. We've got no lead in this jam. We've now got the Australian jammer cruiser back on track.
Running into Shredder, Hurricane Lane, and what the back. What the back is sent for a multiplayer. Meanwhile, Kitty Catapult has been yielded back repeatedly, being stopped from a second scoring pass.
Cruiser being taken back by Shredder.
Getting past Hurricane Lane. Kitty Catapult on their knees, seeing an opportunity to go to the inside, but knocked in by Rat Guru, taking the no pass, no point. Oop. But they had picked up Rat Guru's point earlier in that pass.
We are just changing points here. It's 8 apiece. We have 20 seconds left of the jam and of this game. It probably won't be enough for Canada to pull back all the points they need, but they are not going to give up.
Kitty Catapult taking the no pass, no point, but it is a cut track.
It is. It's not
4, 3, 2, 1. That is time.
You can hear this home crowd absolutely raising the roof of the Mount Warren Sports Centre. That was an absolutely epic game. The unofficial final score, 276 to Australia, 251 to Canada. The winners, Australia, will go on to face the USA at 5:30 local time in the semi-final of this JRDA World Cup 2025. I'm losing my voice. This has been amazing.
This has been so exciting. Thank you for joining us online. Do not go anywhere. you can take a wee lie down at home while you watch the next game. And who's coming up next here on track 1 for us, Tom?
We have Team GB up against Belgium in the other quarter-final. The winner of that game will go forward to play France at 7:30 local time. That again is going to be a great game to come and watch. These quarter-finals has just been
phenomenal.
What a showcase!
Phenomenal.
What a showcase for junior roller derby, for the talent there is
and for
across this world.
champion sport. This is sport at its finest. This is why it's a world championship sport. This is amazing stuff. I have been sweet Fanny Adams. Thank you for having me.
And I've been Tom Bowler. What an absolute pleasure and privilege to be here to bring you this game today.